And that, it took me about a total of 2 minutes to start utilizing this. So I ended up rebuilding my Hello World image, and I'm going to guys show you the Docker file that it took to do this. And in that Docker file, you'll see here's just my little Hello World app that I use. Normally, I build my Go applications from scratch, so they're really tiny. And to make this work, I added this label using the label instruction. And here I thought it would be cool to embed the Kubernetes deployment URL. So most people that have experience with Kubernetes, we typically install things using the kubectl command line tool. So we can point kubectl at a YAML file on disk, and this will be pushed up to a target system, right? But this YAML file doesn't exist on my system, and maybe the user doesn't really want to deal with it out of the gate. But if they're curious and have a Kubernetes cluster, maybe we could use this label here to instruct them where this configuration file is. And in Kubernetes, we can actually stuff in the service object, everything about the container. So adding that label instruction allowed me to build my container and push it up to the Docker Hub. I was able to just run a curl post against this webhook. And once I did that, my image was displayed here. So this has access to all the versions. I have a new tag called MicroBadger. So here's the latest version of it. So given that, now I can actually see here right on the website the complete URL. So you can imagine someone coming here. And what we'll do is we'll just curl it to take a peek. So we're pulling this from where the label is specifying via the URL. And we can see that this is a Kubernetes deployment object. And it's going to give me a total of 3 copies by default. And it has a few labels of its own, but these are Kubernetes specific. But it also points me to the exact image, right? So I can kind of see how maybe this pattern could be auto-generated for people that do plan to push things up based on tags. So given that, I should be able to just use this URL to run that image. So let's give that a quick try. So we'll go over here and we'll say kubectl get pod, so we don't see anything running currently. So as a user, if you already have a Kubernetes cluster, I can imagine looking at one of these labels, io.kubernetes, mainly to do namespacing so there's no conflicts, and here deploy URL. So this is just some label that I made up, but it looks like I'm following the conventions of the community. So I'll grab this URL here, and I'll just say curl, or I'll say kubectl create-f from there. So since I took a peek already, I'm pretty sure what's in there is harmless, and I'll run it. All right, so if this works, my client will go out, fetch this deployment descriptor, and push it to my cluster. If everything is working correctly, we should see now that I have 3 of these running. And we can quickly verify that it works by saying kubectl port forward. I won't create a service for this. I'll just do a simple port forward here. We can test locally that this actually works. So we'll come over here. We'll just do curl on that local host. And we see we get hello world. So I could imagine using labels for this kind of use case to make it really easy to point to something that has a lot more detail for the target operating system